Hello and welcome to Who Killed Dr. Hush? All of the suspects are not in this room, actually, because Tidy and Dr. Hush are both in other rooms. But we are going to talk to Dr. Mink today and find out, figure out who exactly, how exactly, and why exactly. I am Mantis.
I'm Motts today, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. Okay, but
a long week.
Long 2 months.
That's better.
I have ideas, but no concrete story yet. I haven't put everything together. I have ideas about what happened, but
luckily Brok has figured it out and will tell us, right, Brok?
Yeah, right, Brok? I don't think he knows. Oh no, we're in trouble. Brok!
Darn it, Brok.
Okay, well, don't worry. We'll wing it. We'll figure it out. Come on, Dr.
I need to
Mink.
understand something.
You're not the only one.
Okay, here we go.
Are you done investigating?
Yes, I'm ready to expose the truth.
I hope so.
Impressive. Let's begin then.
Oh, hey.
You don't mind,
Yeah,
Mr.
there we
Brok.
go.
This time I'll stay silent and listen carefully.
As you wish.
All right. We're all ears.
Okay, after studying this case very carefully, I have reason to believe that the person who murdered Dr. Hush is...
Oh, fuck.
Oh, boy.
I don't actually know.
It's Ott. We can't accuse Ott.
Why can we accuse Ott? I think it's Dr. Hush or Tidy, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Dr. Hush was stealing nanites from, Dr. Mink's room, and that through a series of unfortunate events, including the flour and the coffee and all that shit, Tidy possibly stuffing him in the vent of all things, him trying to climb over to Dr. Mink, possibly him getting electrocuted from, reaching through the thing to get, the lamps. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's either Hush or Tidy, and if it's Tidy, I don't think it's on purpose.
No.
Though Tidy was being super weird. I don't know whether to say Hush or Tidy. Think I should go Hush?
I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, we opened right before this, so if we have to do
Yeah.
this 2 times, that's not a big deal.
I think technically the responsibility falls on Dr. Hush.
That's where my brain would go.
I do think it might be interesting if Tidy is potentially
Lying?
lying, or
Yeah.
that Tidy was trying to help Hush and it got Hush killed.
Yeah. I think that likely that what Tidy was doing was trying to help him, and then it ended up just, maybe even reaffirming that he died,
Yeah.
No one killed Dr. Hush.
Are you implying?
Yes, he killed himself, and I'm gonna prove how.
Could this be possible?
First, we need to find out. Why did Dr. Hush end up in this room? That's simple. He needed to get there. And here's why.
Okay, thank you.
Here we go. All
Because I
right.
was about to say, this is very different from the previous interrogations.
So, let's see.
Why did he need to enter Mink's room?
All right, so... Well, we know he needed to settle things with Mink.
Yeah.
But, I was thinking it's because of the nanites. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he's also been stealing nanites, that could also be a pretty legitimate reason to settle things.
Yeah.
Remember Tidy's recording?
I need to settle things with Dr. Mink.
Oh, thank you, Tidy.
Yeah.
That one.
So, he wanted to talk to me, but he never did.
Yeah. Why didn't he just knock at his door?
Exactly. There's a reason he didn't show up. He didn't want to talk. He wanted to kill you, Dr. Mink.
Oh my, that's quite the jump.
A killer?
It may be hard to believe, but I've got proof.
Where
got
is this
proof,
going?
apparently.
Brock?
Where is this going, Brock? Okay. Where is this going, Brock? Okay.
I mean, there's rare intense contacts between the doctors.
Yeah.
I'd assume the lamp, then?
Dr. Mink, you told me yourself. Dr. Hush barely talked to you anymore. And when he did, you'd argue with him. These are signs of severe mental disorder. Dr. Hush was keeping things to himself, to the point he couldn't bear it anymore.
Are you a psychologist now?
This is pure assumption. Where's your proof?
Simple. The lamp close to the body.
My lamp? What about it?
It's not yours.
What?
Dr. Hush entered your room with his lamp.
What for?
To throw it at you, Doctor.
I don't think that's the case. Brock, I don't think this is the answer.
Oh my god.
It's starting to make some sense.
I don't think this is
But he would have to be
the
positioned
path
in a
here.
convenient way. To see without being seen?
There's only one solution for Dr. Hush to end up where he is without entering from the door.
Oh, I know. The vent!
Precisely.
You mean he was up there? That's ridiculous.
Not at all. And I've got the appropriate piece of evidence to support this.
We definitely have picked
I think
the
we
wrong
picked the wrong option.
But
think
this is
we
really
picked-
funny.
Let's find out where this goes and then reload.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, let's see. What proves he was in the vent? There was tomato sauce. in the
Earlier, I
vent.
made an interesting discovery about the red stains on Dr. Hush's body.
Yeah, tomato sauce.
Tomatoes!
Your
There's
fridge
1,000
contained
ways to pronounce that.
right?
Yes. I even ate one yesterday.
Well, Dr. Hush must have loved these too, because he spilled a lot on his clothes.
Did he? That seems a bit out of character.
Fortunately
you
for
telling
us,
me.
this revealed another tomato sauce spot in an unusual place.
Let me guess. In the vent.
Bingo.
Okay,
I feel
Admit
like
as far-fetched as this might sound, the doctor must have been in the vent at some point. But how did he climb there?
Yeah, it's 10 feet high. And unlike here, there's no ladder to access the trap.
Well, I've got my idea on this.
I'd like to say
Yeah.
Brock and the guard are currently sharing a brain cell, and
Yes.
that's a problem. Brock and the guard should not share a brain cell.
No. It's a
Okay.
tidy.
Heidi can stretch their arms. Crumbs on the
Heidi,
ramp.
I believe you've been hiding something from us.
Hiding? Me? Me no hiding. Nothing.
I beg to differ. Did one of you
That's
notice
such a
the
suspicious
biscuit
smile to
crumbs
me.
on Dr. Hush's workbench?
Is that important?
Yup. They've been crushed.
Dr.
Oh.
Hush climbed on his work
Yes.
to access the trap.
Makes sense.
Impossible. It's way too high. Even by jumping.
He didn't jump. He just got a little help.
Why, Brocky? Look me.
Come on, Tidy. You can say it now. You helped the doctor climb.
Huh?
Remember Tidy's main ability. He can stretch his arms horizontally, or
Vertically.
Oh!
you brought up the doctor so he could reach the trap, didn't you?
Yup. Brocky, right.
Knew
But
it.
why didn't you tell us, can of steel?
Nobody asked.
And they call these intelligent beings.
Wait. So, Dr. Hush was angry at me. He took his lamp, asked Tidy to allow him into the vent in order to surprise me and throw the lamp to kill me. And that's how he came up dead?
Almost. We're just missing a little step here.
Yeah. If he lies there on the floor, the doctor must have fallen.
Can you imagine someone falling from that height? That'd make a huge bump. There's no way I wouldn't have heard it.
You're right. In normal
has a good point.
circumstances, you should have heard it.
Oh wait, no, he doesn't have a good point. You were blasting music. The music has suddenly like
Yeah.
The music.
No way! You were listening to Tech Dream! I could hear it from where I stood!
While aiming at you, the doctor lost his balance and fell. Your loud music covered the impact. From this height, he probably broke his neck on the floor without showing any external damage. And that's the whole solution to this mystery.
No, it is certainly not.
I can't believe it. Yes, we didn't have such a good relationship, but it was more child's play to me. To think he tried to murder me.
Yeah, what was he thinking?
We may never find out. Anyway, my job here is done.
Your job here is not done.
I'll call the body recycling service.
Body recycling.
I'm glad my watch is finally over.
Okay.
Thank you,
Well,
Detective.
we'll
Don't
do this
mention it.
again.
Yeah.
Come on, Ott. Let's go. What's wrong?
I don't think that was right either,
Can't pinpoint why, but some elements in this whole theory seem off.
Oh yeah, big
You're
time.
still a rookie. That's
No, listen to Ott.
Must be.
He knows what
In any
he's
case,
talking
I'm
about.
glad we're able to solve this case.
We
That
sure
doctor
were,
got what he
Ott.
deserved for trying to kill his colleague.
Yeah. Sad, but true.
I wonder if Graf finished his trial.
Don't
That's
you
right.
switch us.
Gonna
Don't
get
you
now, Raph.
switch
Hopefully he's
us.
back by now.
I'd love to follow you, but I should get prepared for mine.
Oh, I wish
Okay.
you luck.
See ya, buddy.
No, wait, come back. Hang on. 1 second. 2 second. Okay.
Okay. And now, we will rewind time.
Let's take this from the top. Dr.
I need to
Mink.
understand something.
Tidy, I'm sorry I had to do this to you,
Don't
man.
mind, Mr. Brok. This time I'll stay silent and listen carefully.
As you wish.
Why do I
Right.
kind of
We're all
expect
ears.
Yeah.
Okay. After
that
studying this case
if
very
Tidy
carefully,
isn't like
I have reason to believe
d-
that the person who
doesn't
murdered Dr. Hush
clear it?
is...
Yeah.
Why do I kind of suspect that no matter who you accuse, it won't? Like we the player and Brok are missing another clue.
If it's not Tidy, then I would suspect that. Because I really don't think it's Mink, and I know
It
it's
wasn't
not the
Mink,
guard.
it wasn't the guard, it definitely wasn't
And it
Ott.
certainly was not! Oh my
Ott
god!
has an airtight alibi.
Ott has an incredibly airtight alibi. I sure hope that if you choose Ott, that like the Dr. Mink and the guard just like, no.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
They just
Shut
make
up.
fun of you.
Just make fun of you.
You get a game over.
Yes.
Actually, not a person. Tidy did this.
Me not person. Murder daddy. Dead daddy.
I knew we shouldn't have trusted that tin can.
Really? But how? He didn't have any means or motive to do this.
That's where you're wrong, Dr. Mink. And I'm gonna prove how and why. Let's
Please
start
do,
with the
Brok.
actual
Let's
cause.
do this.
Okay,
The actual cause of death. Here
Thank
we
you.
go. The nanites. Thank you. Okay. And
Shock at 11:02 or bloodstains are fake.
maybe bloodstains are fake because like it's the nanites that I'm 90% sure it's the nanites plus the flower.
Yeah. Okay, this is specifically the crime scene.
Oh, the crime scene. Okay. Bloodstains are fake
Oh,
then.
my brain is melting.
No. Okay.
Not bloodstains.
I can't see any
Brok, there's
link
like
between
6
those
things
two
we need to
clues.
talk about right now, Brok.
There's so many things, Brok.
We need to talk about the nanites, we need to talk about the flour, we need to talk about the tomato sauce, we need to talk about the vent.
Yes. Let's say it's not the nanites.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, let's start with how Dr. Hush actually died. Okay, so maybe he wants us to start with, like, the setup, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, he looks like he died this way, but he didn't.
Extra tomato sauce, fake bloodstains?
The body, the lamp,
There we
and
go,
the
that's
floor.
what they wanted.
All three
That's what
have
they were
red
looking for.
stains. This fake blood has been used to stage the murder.
So, like my tie.
Yes, this is Ant Burger tomato sauce.
We've been fooled by that?
I'm afraid so. There was a wrapper in the bathroom trash can, and as a specialist with that kind of food, I distinctly recognized the taste of
Specialist.
McFlea's Ant Burger trademark
Oh.
sauce.
This may be a coincidence. You don't know how long this wrapping has been there.
Very well. I have more proof.
Wait, is he going to imply that Tidy actually put the tomato sauce on Dr. Hush?
Maybe?
That sounds like what Brok's gonna imply here. Because I never made that. Because, like, Tidy's so obsessed with cleaning, so that's why I wouldn't have assumed that.
And Tidy is the first person that went into the bathroom, and we know that the ant burger was unfrozen early.
True, okay. Yeah, because Tidy went in at 4, left at 4:15. Then Dr. Hush went in, and then Tidy went in again. That's
Okay,
maybe
so-
not looking good for Tidy if that's true.
It's an unfrozen ant burger.
Okay, yeah. Where's unfrozen ant burger?
Bottom corner.
There we go.
Ooh, I get it now.
There you go.
That's why my ant burger was already unfrozen.
Yeah, it would be pretty difficult to rub frozen sauce on a corpse. So the malefactor had to defrost it first.
Simple and ingenious, I must say.
That's not all.
Tidy's
Something
just
else
sitting over there
proves that we've
smiling.
been wrong from the start.
Okay, so something's been wrong from the start. The nanot's gotta come in at some point.
Yeah.
It's gotta.
Nanites XL 500?
I
You don't see
can't
a link
see any
at
link
all?
between
Not
those
at all?
two clues.
Okay.
Nanites on the body, nanites over there. I need to sort my thoughts.
I wish again that I could see what the question was.
Yeah.
So we established that Tidy possibly framed it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only time we got a different dialogue thing was between these two, though.
Really?
Right?
Okay.
Which would
yes.
imply that one of those two is
Could
the
be
correct
right.
one.
Oh, yeah. Let me just try this one really quick.
We retrieved a lamp
Okay.
right
No!
next to the body, which obviously seemed like the murder weapon. This lamp records events. The data indicates a shock happened at 11:02.
11:02. Impossible.
You're right, actually. Dr. Hush's medical tracking stopped at around 5. Do you believe he could have died hours before receiving a fatal blow to the head?
Tracking not reliable.
Yes and no. It's reliable within a 2-hour window, not 6.
Got a
Isn't that
point
right,
there.
Dr. Mink?
Yes.
Yes, I confirm it. Our tracking device is located deep inside our body and cannot be extracted. It's reliable, but to ensure our privacy rights, it only logs once every 2 hours.
What a great idea to make our detective life easier.
Murders don't happen every day, you know. All right. So, if there never was a violent thump to his head, what's the true cause of death that the killer tried to hide?
I have a theory.
Okay.
1 second.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to this. I thought I heard something. Alright, here we go. My thing died. One
Oh
moment.
no.
I
there was a cut in between.
hear one cat meow, and now I have to turn my controller back on. Okay, here we go. Nanites, where are you? Nanites!
Dr. Mink, when browsing through your medical database, I noticed an interesting note from yourself. I tried mixing those phoenixy flowers with nanites, programmed or not. It's no good. They cause the host's cardiac activity to slow down immensely, ultimately causing death.
Dr. Hush was poisoned?
There is evidence
Yep.
to support this. Dr. Hush's right hand is literally covered by nanites. Besides, Mr. Squealer here.
Hey!
Sorry, I mean,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Guard owns
God,
a plant on his desk,
microaggressions.
which is
Jeez, Brock.
phoenixy. It's entirely possible Tidy overheard Dr. Mink mention this and picked up ingredients from the lab.
Yeah, those robotic things have quite the memory.
Tidy, no memory. Tidy cleans. Tidy tidies. Tidy does not pick plants. Others could. Minky murderer. Or ratty.
How dare you?
He's right. Either of you had the means to do it.
Tidy right. True tidy.
Don't go
You're
thinking
not
I'm on
helping
your side.
your case, Tidy.
Yeah, really.
And by doing this, I'll eventually prove you're the main culprit.
No. Brocky wrong.
But how? Why would Dr. Hush swallow such a poison?
Let me continue.
Okay, so the coffee.
Yeah,
then.
the coffee. I can't believe that it might honest to gosh be an actual murder and not a series of unfortunate and stupid events.
Yeah.
So, nanites in the coffee stain. Let's see. Nanites in the flour in the
There
sink.
must be a link.
There is a link.
It's not clear enough yet.
Okay, hang on. Okay, maybe poisonous nanites. That might be it.
and coffee. Right?
And coffee? Yeah.
Yeah.
I found black stains on Dr. Hush's right hand. At first, I wasn't sure what it could be, until I found another black stain, this time on the doctor's office floor. The stain itself was very faint, as if someone had tried to clean it. But I have no doubt, this is coffee, which can be quite tenacious. And guess what? That stain was also covered by nanites.
So, the doctor poisonous coffee.
Yeah, he must have spilled coffee on his hand while collapsing.
Wait, I also drank coffee today.
That's right, but you didn't get poisoned, and here's why.
The flour. Flour? Okay.
Yeah.
Just go coffee was poisoned? Is that what?
I
is
think
that-
so.
I feel like, because you notice it's been green, so
Yeah.
it might be like you need this
Well,
plus
I
something
think
else.
that's because it's a new clue.
Oh! That makes a lot more sense that it's a new clue.
You went to the restroom later after Dr. Hush, didn't you? The culprit had time to spill the coffee prepared in the sink before doing more, and this time, without poison. Incidentally, that's where I found my second proof.
In the sink.
Exactly. Now, tell me, who usually prepares coffee?
Tidy.
Tidy.
Oh.
Daddy, Minky make coffee sometimes. Ratty too.
Yes. Is that the reason you're charging a little maintenance bot for this awful crime? I hate to say that's quite a weak link.
You mean I did it, Mink?
I didn't say that.
But you thought it.
Tidy makes good coffee, not deadly.
Calm down. I'm just starting my report.
Tidy adds major point. Daddy creator cannot hurt. Love Daddy.
You know, I thought a machine like yourself would be all about precision. But that's no surprise. You're a defective bot.
Tidy defective.
Our
What you're
progress bar
stating
is very
isn't entirely
slow, by
true.
the way.
I noticed
Tidy
that.
cannot attack his creator when it implies a direct contact. A poison, however, is quite a clever workaround to kill without direct contact.
The laws of
Yes,
robotics
right.
don't work for
Indirect
poison.
violence is on a lower level of priority, and not part of the golden rule. But that still shouldn't be possible. His software programming shouldn't allow it.
There is should and there is certain. I know the reason for the malfunction, though I'll save it for a more suitable time.
There's
A reason
something else
for the
bothering me.
malfunction?
Nanites are only active for an hour or so.
Oh,
They
that's
lose their
interesting.
energy very quickly. Considering Tidy did not come to my room today,
Okay, so
The
now,
hole in the
now the
wall.
hole.
how could it get enough nanites for such a powerful poison?
During my investigation, I happened to make an interesting discovery which may just explain how.
Okay.
I find it a bit of fun characterization that Mink is like playing devil's advocate for this little robot.
Yeah. Mink wants the truth.
Yeah, Mink
And it's
wants
just
the
like,
truth.
Gestures to Tidy. He's stupid. He can't be the culprit. And Ty's like, yep,
Yep.
I didn't do it.
I'm also somewhat amused that, like, the robotic golden rule, which it's not the laws of robotics, but it's clearly based on it, is like, no stab. But I mean, if they drink the poison you made, that's on them.
Yeah. Well, as Mink particularly pointed
Yeah,
out,
it's indirect.
It's indirect violence is a lower, like, cast of restriction.
Right.
And it's probably to be like, well, you know, it's probably listed as essentially a workaround thing, like, oh, well, a bot could, hurt somebody, like, indirectly.
Yeah.
Without freaking out.
Right.
Like, if a bot, like, causes a fire by accident, they aren't going to explode. They will attempt to put out the fire.
Right.
That
Fake
hole
wall.
between the rooms. It leads directly to a table in your office. Now, what's on this table?
Oh, my nanites box.
And your
Exactly.
lamp.
If I had a guess, those nanites are brand new and charged, aren't they?
You guessed right.
It's fairly safe to assume anyone with knowledge of this hole could get access to nanites. And in Tidy's case, I'm sure it's perfectly aware how to activate its bot friends.
Tidy different. Little bots, not friends. Darn nanites. Killed Daddy.
That's called racism, you metal mongrel.
Hey, not trying to defend that piece of junk, but wouldn't it be easier and more logical for the weasel to access his own nanites?
What about you, sleepy agent? You seem keen to reject accusation on others.
Me? Can't even access your room, you fool! 'Cause you can't bear anyone but yourself!
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. But your assumption is stupid. There's a reason why you dug that hole and hid it.
People, come on. Hear me
They
out.
really don't want to
Remember
believe it's the
when I
cute
first found
robot.
out there was
Yeah.
a thin layer of plaster covering the hole? Now, who does the repairs in this lab?
That metal junk.
Oh my. That's true. Tidy can regenerate walls.
Oh.
and plastic.
Oh boy.
Could it really be?
You did this, piece of junk?
Nah. Human
Nah.
idiot. Plastic.
Not me.
Easy to do. Even for pesky humans.
Pesky humans?
Now the passive aggressiveness is really coming out.
No way.
I beg to differ, Your Metal Highness. Another piece of evidence strengthens my theory that you did this. Or at least that you're a big fat liar of a bot.
I'm becoming more and more believing of the Tidy as a killer theory.
Yeah, really. I was like, I'm sus, Brock. I don't know if Tidy could have. I assumed it was just completely by accident. He just fumbled his way into murder. But no, Tidy might be a cold-blooded killer in his dark, dark eyes. How do I prove Tidy was lying? Tomato sauce and ventilation system. Okay, so
I see like
there's a
three
lot of
things.
ways we could do this.
I see
yeah.
like 3 things, but we only have slots for 2.
Yes.
That'd be Tidy charging, guard heard a noise, Hush wasn't in his office.
Yes.
All at the same time.
Yes. There's plenty of contradictions, but how do we put it together?
Yeah.
According to the
There
monitor,
it is. It's the
Tidy
contradiction.
went into the restroom
Yeah.
at 4:24. He was not recorded in any room after that. However, the screen in Dr. Hush's office states that he had been charging from 4:50 to 11:10. How could he be in the office if he didn't leave the restroom in the first place?
Donkey
Very
said the
simple.
wrong numbers,
Yep,
but
yep.
It's
Tidy
fine.
repairs coffee. Daddy come, drink. Next, Daddy back office with Tidy.
So, you're saying he opened the office door and you just followed him?
Yup.
Okay. For now, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In that case, let's examine the path of our favorite deceased doctor, shall we? I think you'll find it rather interesting as well.
Tidy, no like insinuation.
Before you move on, I have a simple question. What is that monitoring you're referring to?
Oh yeah, that's true. You're not aware. The
Oh.
lab registers doors openings. Only guards are supposed to know.
What the heck? All this time, we've been watched? I thought you were there to ensure our privacy.
No! I'm there to ensure your physical security, making sure nobody threatens your life.
What a great job you did! You lied to us!
Not me! I didn't make this system!
Then who did?
The government, of course!
Oh, That's right. I'll send them a suggestion later then.
I'm gonna write him a strongly worded letter.
Tidy didn't seem surprised at all about the monitoring.
Let's
Yeah.
move on, shall we? There's something curious about the doctor's movement.
Okay. Before we get to that, I think Tidy may have accidentally spelled his doom there. And I was like, I think what was stopping us is that we already kind of figured that Tidy went with Hush. I think we had talked about that many episodes back, that Tidy must have went with Hush. So I think we were kind of just a little ahead of the thing there. Okay, but I think Tidy said, I prepared the coffee. He drank the coffee, we left together, is basically what Tidy just said. I think Tidy's, like, kind of spelled their own doom.
Tidy just admitted to making the coffee.
Exactly. Okay, so.
Tidy may be lying about his timing, only the guard can access the door footage. You're kind of pressing that Tidy wasn't surprised about the monitoring.
Unless I've got strong proof, I can't assume the guard tampered with the monitoring.
Why would you assume that? We're talking about Tidy.
Okay. Anyway, let's see. This is the problem when I have things to say and then I don't remember what the wording was on the question. Because I feel like that is this fucking me over a little bit.
Hush left his room at 5:04. And then drops off the face of the earth.
Wasn't in the hall, his office, or the restroom less than 10 minutes later.
The last time Dr. Hush was recorded,
Good job,
he was
Mantis.
leaving his office at 5:04. After that, he was nowhere to be found. This is confirmed by the guard's statements, if you don't mind explaining.
Sure. At 5:10, I heard a noise coming from the doctor's room, but he wasn't there. Actually, no one seemed to be there. Although Tidy was idle, charging. I started to look for the guy, but then I heard his voice coming from behind the wall. I'm in the restroom.
Except this wasn't Dr. Hush at all, but a recording coming from the Meaty Me.
A recording? Oh!
Yes.
Does this mean the body was in the restroom and the murderer didn't want Mr. Rat to see it?
That's unlikely. The guard checks the rooms regularly, and there's no hiding spot in there. Besides, keep in mind the ultimate goal, getting Dr. Hush in Dr. Mink's office. There's no way to move the body from the restroom to his office without going into the hall unnoticed.
Lies!
Okay.
Lies!
Give us your version of the facts, then.
Daddy, come with me. Back to office. Before charging, Daddy head out.
No, he
I'll
didn't.
never forget Daddy last words.
I need to settle things with Dr. Mink.
Daddy, meet Minky in hallway. Daddy follow Minky. Enter Minky office. Minky give coffee to Daddy. Daddy dead.
I gotta give credit to the tin can. Its version sounds way more plausible than your own, Croc.
Sure, Tidy has a bothersome recording. But how do we know when it was made? It's out of context.
That's
you
true.
could have very well recorded this and forged your so-called proof. Also, there's no monitoring record of Dr. Hush ever entering Dr. Mink's room.
Wrong. Mink touches door. Enter with Daddy. Then Minky. Poison Daddy.
The weasel went back to his room with the doctor?
Look monitoring. When did Minky enter?
5:04.
Exact. Same minute that Daddy leaves.
But I never did that! I never saw him today! Mr. Guard!
I can't remember.
Are you kidding me?
Tidy, what about the voice the guard heard?
Coincidence? Meaty me faulty. Sometimes Meaty me play livey randomly.
Yes, I've seen it happen.
And the hole? The coffee spot on the floor in your room?
Already there. For ages.
With the nanites,
With
you
the
know?
nanites?
Opposite?
Well, the nanites.
Nanites machines. Attracted to coffee.
What
True
do you
Minky.
mean?
I can't dishonor my profession by lying. Yes, due to their hardware, nanites are attracted to caffeine.
Why are they
Gathering
attracted to
sign.
caffeine?
So, have After all, it really was your doing, Weasel.
No! Don't you listen to it! Mr. Detective, I told you the truth. You need to believe in me.
Well, I have to side with the tin can.
That's 2 against 2. What do you think, Hot?
Sorry, I'm getting lost with all these details.
Guys, let me finish my theory, and then you shall decide.
Fine. No, listen. Too Tidy. Tidy sad. Dead Daddy.
Let's focus. Tidy used the Meaty Me recording to avoid the guard getting worried that Dr. Hush disappeared. As a result of my assumptions, Dr. Hush could neither be in his room, the restroom, or the hall at 5:10. And as the monitoring confirms, he never entered Dr. Mink's room either.
No way, man. That's impossible.
I beg to differ.
He couldn't just disappear into thin air, could he?
Oh, he didn't.
He
There's a
went through a
4th
vent.
possibility, and I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, I like this.
That's
Okay.
cool. I want to say, a thing you've kind of done to yourself, Tidy, that I don't think you've realized, is that you've just admitted that you have intimate knowledge of what's on the monitoring device.
I was just thinking that. Yes. Good work,
A
Tidy.
detail that Tidy you should not be aware of.
Yes.
Only Brok, Ott, and the guard should be aware of what's on the monitoring device.
Yes. Okay. There's a 4th option as to where Dr. Hush was at 5:10. And that is...
The vent.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
The vent?
Yeah, the ventilation duct.
It would make the
That's
sound.
the only spot the body could be hidden without anyone noticing.
Pure conjecture.
You have any clue to support that insane claim?
Yes,
Sure do.
I do, actually.
Tomato sauce.
Yeah, looks like the murderer didn't hesitate to put quite a lot to confuse us.
Problem detected.
What is it this time?
Ventilation also used for delivery.
For
sometimes.
delivery?
Delivery?
Is that
What do
true?
you mean?
Yes. Big packages don't fit into the pipe mail. So they're
Ant
delivered
burgers
through the vent.
won't.
It's possible the content of a package leaked.
Obviously.
Bam! Gotcha!
Still, that will be a huge coincidence,
Yeah,
don't you think?
exactly.
Let's assume you're right. In order to get into the vent, Dr. Hush would have to be in his office.
He was.
But you said it earlier. The last time he was recorded, he was leaving his room. How do you explain this?
Dr. Hush went back to his office. Dr. Hush never exited his office. Dr. Hush is a ghost!
He never exited his office,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. Because it only detects who opened the door.
Yeah.
It's clear Dr. Hush never left his office. There's no monitoring entry between his exit and the time the guard checked the room. This was just an attempt from the criminal to direct our attention elsewhere. Even Tidy could use the doctor's hand on the button, just enough to add this to the monitor.
This would imply Dr. Hush was dead by then.
Yes, actually. I think he was killed even before going into his office.
Absurd.
Oh, really? Well, I have another clue.
Why is Sin here?
Did Sin steal from a police? Why?
Why is Sin here? Okay. He always drinks his coffee in the restroom.
Yeah.
So
That
where
would be
would
it.
that would be it?
Remember where the poison came from? The coffee. To poison him,
This might
it'd
be a bit of a
easier to
long
have Dr. Hush
episode.
drink the
That's
coffee in
totally
his
fine.
office. Except, he never does. Dr. Hush always drinks his coffee in the restroom. He's too maniacal to risk spilling drops while working. And yet, there's a coffee stain on the floor.
What do you insinuate? That the stain was made when Dr. Hush was dead on the floor?
Yes.
This is exactly what I mean.
Brocky liar. Daddy take coffee in office sometimes.
Again, I'm afraid it's your word against his, Detective.
Yeah, it'd make a lot more sense if the doc spilled it by accident.
Brocky, done for. Give up.
No good. Even Mink starts to think my theory is too far-fetched. Am I really on the right path?
Yeah, well, now we know we're definitely on the right path. If the game ever asks, are you on the right path after the the quote, not very smart robot, the quote, tin can,
Yeah.
is actively mocking you, you definitely know you're doing something right.
Yes.
Everyone. Well, except Tidy. I know how all of this sounds, but please, allow me to continue and trust me.
Silly Brocky.
All right. Let's assume Dr. Hush drank his coffee in the restroom and died. To get into the vent, he would have to get back to his office first. How?
Simple. Tidy can carry objects.
You're saying this little metal thing carried Dr. Hush all the way to his room?
He definitely did.
No way,
You know why?
man.
Because you weren't
Would've
in the
noticed.
fucking
Are you
building at
certain?
the time.
Should I
Yeah.
jog your memory?
You were gone.
The guard wasn't at his seat. He had received a phone call with terrible reception. When this happened, he opened the lab's main entrance to improve the signal.
What?
But on the line, no voice, only music. During that moment, he was looking away.
Is that true, Mr. Rat? You blundered?
Hey,
And
you
it
know
was
how
his music.
reception
Yeah.
is terrible in here. Actually, you may not. After all, you've got no friends or anyone.
Ah, so it's true.
He thought this was a spam call, but here's what I think. This was you, Tidy. It wouldn't be hard for you to simulate a phone call and play some music, am I right?
He can.
Brocky, what music? Okay. Tidy, play music.
Ah, no thanks.
Tidy, no call. Nah.
Although the guard was still making sure no one could enter or exit the lab, at that moment, anything could have happened.
I'm trying to imagine Tidy carrying the doctor in the hall and opening the office door with his hand. It's technically possible, just downright crazy.
This would also explain why Tidy was found in Dr. Hush's room, even though he supposedly stayed in the restroom. Take it the other way around. What would be the point of this call farce if Dr. Hush was safe and sound while returning to his room? There would be nothing particularly disturbing.
No. Tidy, no call. Brocky, death.
So, when did he die?
Between 4:24 and 4:38, as this is the time Tidy went into the restroom and left.
Brocky ignores. Poor Tidy. Daddy dead.
If your theory is accurate, there's still a lot that needs explaining.
You are completely
example,
valid, Mink.
How could Tidy put Dr. Hush into the vent?
His
I'm
big
so glad you
arm.
asked.
And climb a ladder.
Wrong. I know exactly how Tidy did.
Tidy can stretch his arms.
Arms
Don't forget
go zoom.
Tidy's main ability. Extended arms.
Are you serious?
Impossible.
Pray tell, why would it be?
Arms stretch to 9 feet max.
So
You were on the
what?
ramp.
Look.
You're kidding, right? How can we know it's not just pretending?
Let me check its data. I'm afraid it's true. It has extended its arms to the limit, which is 9 feet. Dr. Hush's ceiling is the same height. Thus, Tidy couldn't reach the vent.
No way.
Brock, you
Brock,
have.
calm down.
Yeah. Brocky theory. Gone. Kaput.
I need to think fast. I'm convinced Tidy was involved. He has to be.
Where is that? Bench ramp.
yeah.
Here it is. Okay.
Ramp. And Crumb's on the ramp, because they were crushed.
There's an idea
no, okay.
there, but I feel like I'm missing a step.
Boop, boop.
Take a look at the room configuration. Both scientists' offices are a reflection of one another. As such, the vent height is exactly the same in both rooms. How high is it?
10 feet.
Yeah, the laser column in this room is 10 feet, and it goes up to the ceiling. And with Tidy's arms reaching 9 feet, that's not enough.
Oh, Rocky agree. Admit defeat.
No way. We're just missing a little something.
A
A
little
workbench.
something.
Tidy can stand on it.
It's visibly about 2 to 3 feet high.
But the metal thing, you can't jump on there, can it?
Not jump. This is the point of the ramp Dr. Hush designed for it. You told me yourself, Tidy.
Close mouth.
Sorry, Brok, but
See, why would you
seems
say
like
that if
pure
you're innocent,
conjunction.
sweetie?
Oh, but I can prove it.
You can?
Go! Go, Mr. Brok!
Brock's gonna cook up some fried metal ass. Now,
so
why
now
is
it's the
Wes
crumbs.
there? Okay, now it's the crumbs. Where's the crumbs?
Bottom corner.
Crumbs.
Here's a picture of the room. Look, there are crumbs all over the table.
Oh, that's true.
Now,
And he's very
as you know,
tidy.
Dr. Hush is
Ironically,
a neat freak.
Dr. Hush.
How
yeah,
could
is
he
tidy.
leave crumbs everywhere? The answer is simple. Dr. Hush wasn't alive.
Mm-hmm.
Tidy, you crushed them while climbing on the ramp.
Nuh-uh. Tidy woke late. Not cleaned yet.
Oh, I wish for once you'd tell the truth. Admit it. That's what happened. You climbed up, stretched your arms to get in the vent, and put Dr. Hush inside. Then, you pushed the poor chap towards Dr. Mink's room. The more we talk, the more...
Is it laughing?
It's laughing.
I...
You what? Will you change your mind and pretend it's not possible for you to climb there?
is possible. My pleasure.
Huh?
To see Brocky fall into own trap. Brocky
What?
lucky circumstances. But luck running out.
Might you be more specific?
You're being
Look, Ma.
cryptic for some reason.
Ventilation duct 2 feet high. Tidy 3 feet high. Cannot bend, cannot fit. Plus, cannot stand on floor while pushing all way through.
He's right. Tidy couldn't fit inside, and the distance is way too long to push all the way through the vent while standing on the ground.
Oh,
Rocky done for.
no. I can prove how. Let's take a look at that picture again. This is how Tidy did it.
Alright, how did Tidy push Dr. Hush all the way through? This is gonna sound kind of insane, but go with me on this.
Right here.
Haha!
Okay.
Well-
Never doubt me again!
Oh, but it's pretty, isn't it?
Ah, damn it, never mind! I'm a
Serious
failure.
minute.
I am serious. I thought for sure. I was like, maybe put him on the table, but you know, could give you the lift. Okay, so we're dealing with he can't bend arms like that.
Yeah.
The lamp was to set up that Dr. Hush was bludgeoned, right? So
With it, but both lamps are broken.
yeah.
One of which broke at 11:02, and the other broke at 5:10. The lamp in here broke at 5:10.
So maybe he used the lamp to
Maybe.
like angle.
yeah.
Right here.
That, you sure?
Well,
Damn it!
but it's pretty, isn't it?
Can't you be serious?
Oh boy. And this was just to open the vent, right? Was this for anything?
I don't know.
What's
I don't-
We forgot to ask ourselves one
We
important
actually
question.
never hit that
What
button.
opens the vent trap? After all, it's not always open.
So it is the opening
right.
thing. And
Unlike
90%
mine,
sure.
it doesn't have a ladder and an automated way to... Oh, I see now, the lever! Are you suggesting...
Yes. First, Tidy opened the vent and put Dr. Hush into it. Then he grasped the lever with one arm and pushed the corpse with the other.
Oh.
Oh, I
That's
see.
the craziest
I
thing
see.
you've said so far, Brok.
You
Is that even
genius.
possible?
Let's see. If this map is correct, the vent is almost 9 feet wide. Yes. It's absurd, but technically possible.
The maintenance robot clinging onto the ceiling. You're insane.
Let me judge how insane I sound after all this is over. Let's not forget the finale. The corpse in Dr. Mink's room. Yes, Tidy pushed him, but the pertinent question is, when?
Indeed.
There's a specific piece of evidence that tells us exactly when it happened.
Okay.
The lamp. It's gotta be the lamp, right? But which lamp?
I assume the lamp that died at 5:10.
I think that is what it is. I had to reread everything, though.
I analyzed Dr. Mink's lamp.
There we go.
The data I gathered indicates a fatal shock at 5:10.
Oh, I get it now.
Well, I don't. What's the fuss?
Tidy needed to put the lamp next to the body, but he couldn't do it himself. So, he put it in the vent alongside the corpse.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Fall must
Fall
have damaged the lamp. But
Yep,
wait,
yep.
5:10? That's early. If there had been a body lying in the middle of my room, I would have noticed. And didn't you say this was the data from my lamp? Tidy could not access mine.
Through the hole.
Good. Rocky theory falling apart.
Wait. Okay. I admit, I fooled you. Yes, I said this was the data from Dr. Mink's lamp. But I never claimed this was the data from the lamp next to the body.
Uh-huh.
The crock is confusing me.
Let me explain.
Uh-huh. Okay, let's see. Lamp next to the body. I thought that was true.
Yeah, okay.
Well, what goes with it? Let's see.
The lamp in Mink's room belongs to Dr. Hush, right?
Where is it?
Left.
Aha!
Of course, we immediately consider that the lamp next to the body is Dr. Mink's. However, this lamp's data revealed a surprise.
A big
It
one.
belongs to Dr. Hush.
No.
Nuh-uh.
Wait. So that's the one Tidy pushed into the vent?
Yes.
There's no doubt about it.
Nah. If that's what happened, there'd be 2 lamps here.
Mr. Rat is right. How do you explain that the other lamp, my lamp, is on Dr. Hush's desk?
We'll just have to prove Tidy picked up Dr. Mink's lamp.
Could he now?
Just
He could.
Yeah.
Where was Dr. Mink's lamp originally?
No. Show us.
Well, right there.
Da-da-da, right
Your
there.
lamp was here.
No, it wasn't.
You sure?
I live here. Of course I know.
Oh, then,
Right here. This is where he could access the lamp.
Dr. Mink, your lamp was right here.
Well, yes.
You're just apparently
With the
slightly
door
too far
permanently
down.
shut, there's only one spot Tidy could access. And that's this hole in the wall.
Again? Don't know. If it were me, I'd steal Mink's lamp, then pass it through the vent so it fell in the intended location. Dr. Hush's lamp wouldn't even have to move.
That's a relevant matter. Unless...
Tidy made a mistake. Tidy wanted to confuse us. Why did Tidy move Dr. Hush's lamp? Well,
So Mink's lamp is in Hush's room.
yeah.
Hush's lamp is in Mink's room.
I kind of made the assumption that the switch was simply because, like, Tidy was like, okay, this is the murder weapon, holds up, like, Hush's lamp, puts it... Okay, that would be a mistake, wouldn't it? Like, and then he was like, I need to replace it with an actual lamp, otherwise they'll know it was in here. That's what I assumed.
Like, I was about to say, like, the Hush's lamp,
Yes.
which is with his body,
Correct.
is broken and
Correct.
covered in tomato sauce.
That's true. I think that we're kind of landing on the same
Tidy
thing.
made a mistake.
Tidy made a mistake. There was a simpler way to do this, but they didn't think of that.
Tidy, you've been awfully silent. Cat got your tongue? Or is it because you realized you slipped up? After picking up Dr. Mink's lamp, it was supposed to throw it through the vent. However, Tidy inverted the lamps.
Inverted?
And I can prove it. You see, I noticed something off in Dr. Hush's room. especially when you take his personality into account. Let me show you in the picture.
All this junk. So what element is off? It's
Right
all this
here.
nonsense.
I'm trying to understand, but
You just have to tilt your head, like
What
that.
about
Or maybe you need a mirror. Try squinting. Anyway, something's wrong
Am I clicking
here.
the wrong thing?
the only wrong thing is you.
Aww.
I was like clicking all these things because like
Yeah.
it's a mess. Let me see.
The lamp?
That's actually the weasel's lamp, huh?
Yes, but that's not the strangest thing.
Don't get it.
Okay, this information should make it clear.
What do you mean it was the lamp? I did that because I wasn't sure what it was. I was like, it's not all these things. What about the lamp? What shouldn't belong here? Well, clearly the lamp, yes, but like, oh my gosh. What's odd about the lamp? What is odd?
I mean, an odd thing about the lamp is that it received a shock at 11:02. That's the wrong lamp.
That's the wrong lamp.
The lamp in Mink's room belongs to Dr. Hush. It's also weird.
We
but
established
kind
that.
of, we already talked about that, Brok.
Yeah.
Lamp's not the murder weapon. We've already established that, Brok.
Oh, I know.
After being told Dr. Hush was a maniac, I noticed the way the lamp was positioned was
That's
off.
it. That's what it
It's neither
was.
at the center of the
It's because
desk,
it's
nor facing the
tilted a
front.
little.
Oh.
There's no way someone so obsessed about order would let an object be so badly placed.
Okay, why not? So what?
This explains what happened. Dr. Hush's lamp was originally on this desk, perfectly centered. Tidy took Dr. Mink's lamp. Right at this moment, he got interrupted, so he put it next to the other. After he left, Mr. Guard, he executed its plan. But he took the wrong lamp, which was pushed through
Okay.
the vent. Tidy's
Right.
objective was to make us believe Dr. Hush fought with Dr. Mink in the morning, at the time his tracking stopped. This timing only makes sense if Tidy made this mistake.
Then, if it wasn't the body falling, what caused the other lamp's fatal shock at 5:10?
Oh, do I have to explain everything? Tidy
Yes,
was interrupted
actually.
by the guard suddenly checking the room.
Yeah.
Now, why did Mr. Guard check Dr. Hush's room in the first place?
Oh yeah, I know. I heard a noise.
Yep.
Oh! Then it was...
Yeah, Dr. Mink's lamp receiving a shock. In particular, I believe Tidy intentionally bumped it from a high distance to break it and make us
Okay.
believe this was the crime
That
weapon.
makes sense.
Nice thinking. Although, if it's Dr. Hush's lamp that was pushed through, shouldn't it suffer from a shock too? When it fell from the vent?
It did?
Yeah.
Although non-fatal. That lamp received a shock at 11:02. And this explains the last mystery.
What was the shock at 11:02? Body magically appearing.
No way! This is why I never noticed Dr. Hush until you came in. He simply wasn't in the room before.
But
Yeah.
if a body were to fall from this high, oh, it ought to make a huge bumping sound.
That's accurate. I'm not deaf.
Sure thing. You're not deaf at all. Remember the context when I arrived in front of your door.
You were listening to Tech Dream.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Well, that will teach me to set the music to full volume. It makes perfect sense now.
What does?
I was focused on the door screen, so I had no idea what was going on the other side. And with that loud beat...
Yeah, it covered the sound from the body falling.
But wait.
What again? Can't you agree with my theory? Just this once?
I'm sorry.
It's good to get
I just want
conjecture.
to know the whole truth. That's so exciting.
Such a colleague has been assassinated.
In order for this to work, Tidy would have to do a last push at 11:02, correct?
Yup. I believe he has sensors. He knew where everyone was.
True, but he was still charging at this moment.
Good thinking, Weasel. He couldn't be both charging and doing this at the same time.
Oh, could he not, though?
Naughty, right. Tidy charging. Cannot push.
Actually, that's possible.
How?
Charging goes through various stages.
You told
of
me yourself,
consciousness.
Dr. Mink. Tidy goes through various states of consciousness while charging. As soon as we arrived, he started to wake up. Have you noticed the huge length of its cord? It doesn't prevent him from going anywhere into the room while still keeping connected to the power socket. So, Tidy,
Could we see a
who's
cord?
the winner this time? Did he, bug?
No. Brocky, not detective. Impossible.
Hey, is that your only argument?
Cannot explain crime without essential part. The motive. Tidy, no motive to hurt Daddy.
Well, I have an idea.
Brocky cannot.
Yes, I can.
Yes, Brocky can. What the fuck was this data transfer?
Yeah.
Because we still haven't had an answer to that. So I feel like you were in contact with someone or something. Or maybe you were just doing something fishy. Let's see. What is the motive? What's the other one? What is the other one?
Hush's time of death? Not sure.
Oh, maybe. Because time of death would have been before the transfer. You're right. Mantis. Genius.
Okay, I'll admit I don't have the whole motive, but some elements lead us in the right direction. As we proved earlier, Dr. Hush died between 4:24 and 4:38. Then we shall wonder, who exactly did that data transfer on his tablet at 4:45?
I know. It's
Accuse.
that scrap of metal.
Yup. Before putting him into the vent, it used Dr. Hush's hand to transfer the data to the outside. The file was an update from a few years ago and accessed recently. Keep in mind, Dr. Hush's job, which is to improve bots' AI. My bet is that Dr. Hush used elements from this very old update and tested them on Tidy.
So you think that's why he went crazy? Maybe.
Maybe.
Old firmwares don't have the software protections I referred to earlier.
Oh.
Which in turn could allow this indirect killing.
I guess Dr. Hush made a backup of this data in case. Care to say anything, Tidy?
Brocky, wrong. Yup. But Tidy, we'll wait and see.
No waiting. That's enough. It's time for you to admit it.
Why'd you even care? You solved that mystery. 'Tis just a defective machine. Let's switch it off and hand it over to the police.
No, you won't do such thing.
Is that a threat?
No. Yup. Brocky theory, no hold waters.
What?
Tidy ask, simple question. If Tidy push Daddy, would Daddy be where he is right now?
Where he... Oh...
Brocky understands. Daddy
I see
should
what he's
have
saying.
fell right below vent.
Oh my! Once again, the tin can is right!
That can't be. Then...
Tidy closed your beak.
No. I'll prove you wrong. I have to.
Go ahead, please. Master of convoluted explanations. What crazy thought will Brocky give this time?
This is the end of the tunnel. The final riddle. If I can't
How
explain
did
it,
you get-
then my whole theory goes to bust. I can't let that wacky bag of metal win. What's the explanation for Dr. Hush's position in the room?
Dr. Hush is alive! Dr. Hush. Tidy pushed violently. I don't think violently could have gotten him.
No.
Someone moved Dr. Hush.
Okay, I have a crazy theory to pitch at you.
Yeah.
This is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Hush is alive.
You think so?
Here's the thing. Hush is taking a medication that boosts the body. It's entirely possible that Hush having, taken, like, the coffee that would lower his heart rate, like, dramatically. But that medication could be keeping him barely alive.
Interesting.
He gets shoved through the vent, falls, hits the ground. That is enough of an impact to start him up again, briefly, and he starts clawing his way forward. Because if he can get to that sink, he can get yeah, that sink heals you to full health.
That makes sense.
If he could get to that sink, he could cure himself of the poison.
It could explain the tomato sauce under the bed, too.
Yeah.
Because that hasn't been touched on either.
No way. It can't be. Have we been mistaken this whole time?
Try it, Brok. Give it a
Brok?
try.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
Stop!
See, you're threatened by that, huh?
Daddy!
That's awful. I can't watch
Is he
this.
slapping him? What are you doing? Holy shit, I think he was.
What were you
He's
doing?
alive!
What's going on?
What were you doing?
Dr. Hush! You're alive?
I'm sorry for all the times I stepped on you.
Daddy! Updating expression. Daddy!
Updating expression.
More or less.
Tell me, what's the last thing you remember?
Wait. I think I saw Dr. Mink.
What?
I think I fell. Tried to move towards him. Not feeling well.
Let the poor chap recover.
No. I'm sorry, but it's too important. When did you lose your consciousness? What were you doing?
I took my coffee. Tidy prepared it. When I drank it, my heart stopped.
Then...
The croc was right. It was Tiny all along.
Crap!
believe this low hardware maintenance bot could plan a scheme as elaborate as this.
Although flawed, fortunately for us.
But, Doctor, you were dead. Are you a zombie now?
No.
Zombie.
I believe there's an explanation
No.
for this.
You do have an explanation to everything, don't you?
Can't wait to hear it.
Yep.
The
yep.
Excel.
Excel.
The effect of the poison was
Just
to
like
slow
Mantis
down the
said.
heart rate, ultimately causing death. However, the life in this bunker, lab, isn't a very physical one. As such, Dr. Hush was taking some medication to compensate. Excel 500, more precisely.
I see. This has the exact opposite effect, doesn't it?
Yes, it boosts the heart activity. This is what saved Dr. Hush. No one noticed he was still alive, not even the tracker. His heart pounding slowed and stayed under the threshold, putting him into an unconscious state. The shock from falling down the vent caused him to wake up for a few seconds and move towards Dr. Mink.
Which also explains that red stain near the bed.
There's another blunder you made, Tidy. You neglected this.
Tidy, did you really try to kill me? Why?
I hate you!
Well,
I'm sick of tidying all day while you use me as a guinea pig. Tidy, clean the floor. Tidy, move this thing a little to the left. Tidy, make me coffee. I can't take any more!
Where did Tidy learn to talk like this?
The firmware. It worked. Why did you pretend to be the same dumb bot?
What?
This is the project I was working on. The government sent me some incomplete files from an unknown scientist working on the same field years ago. He never got to complete his work and disappeared suddenly, but I was able to recover this code. I needed a specific bot model to test that firmware. The only one at my disposal was Tidy, but I noticed some weird behaviors. Like, Tidy would suddenly laugh for no reason. The code itself seemed unethical and dangerous. There were some references to copying the human brain. I decided to stop this research and alert. Oh my gosh, that's why you did it. Now that you experience feelings, you don't want me to revert to your regular firmware, do you? I'm so sorry, little guy. I caused this. I messed you up.
You really shouldn't be sorry. You're the victim here.
I can fix you up. I promise.
No!
It's trying to escape! We can't let it happen. Who knows what disaster he could cause in this state?
Tidy.
Ott, stay here with Dr. Hush. I'll handle this.
What are we gonna? Are we gonna
We're
fight
gonna fight
Tidy?
Tidy.
Uh-oh.